This is a quick video going over using lodar.com as a resource. Just has a lot of our information, all of our content on each of our systems. It's always going to be the most up-to-date. It is strictly an information-based site, so there's no buy buttons or any prices on here. I just want to highlight 4 pages that I think are very beneficial as you sell and service Lodar. First one being product overview. You can always send this link to a customer as well. Just the first portion of this just highlights all our different transmitter options. You can go through these, shows some of the basic specs. A lot of the questions people will ask will be involving these specifications, how many functions the IP goes up to, the operating distance, transmits at 200 feet, the IP rating, which is weatherproof, waterproof stuff, and then what kind of batteries it takes. Receiver, same thing, shows our different receiver options. Also popular specs on those receivers. And then customization. Here it shows what our systems already come standard with. Already come with master output. Buttons are standard momentary. Already has a 30-minute timeout. So it's good to look those over, especially if you're talking to a customer who thinks that that's going to be additional customization. You can reassure them if you go to this page what already comes standard on the system. Then you can scroll down here, look at some of the customization options. All of these are pretty standard, easy software configurations we can do in-house. Latching is a popular one, turning that momentary button that you're holding down to just push on, push off. Then to the special fittings, these are a little more special requirement. Some of these might come with quantities, some of these are 10 to 14 day lead time, but we can do all of these things. 1,000-foot range, multiple receivers, external switches, potting, harnesses. You can look through more of that. We can do a few different software configurations for transmitters, and then we can always make the buttons say whatever they need to. So it's always good to reference this if you're just in need to rehearse what we can do for customization for a specific customer. Next page I want to show you is a pretty cool tool. It's called Build Your Lodar. I think this would be beneficial for kind of 2 ways I see you using it. One way is you can send this link to your customer, and then they can just go and choose the system they want, follow the prompts, and then it'll give them a part number right there. So instead of you having to troubleshoot everything that they might need, they can kind of walk through the steps and find the exact part number that they need, and see all the information on it and make sure that they want to buy it, and come back to you with a part number and look for price and availability. The other way I kind of see this working is if a customer's on the phone and they really just know they want a wireless system, but they're not sure which one, you can kind of just display the options for them, and then in live time as you're talking to them, ask them the proper questions and get the different options. So really cool tool. I recommend playing with that while you're talking to customers, or even sending them to different customers for them to see all the options and to dynamically be prompted to different recommendations. All right, next page I want to show really briefly is we do have a page that shows all of our button images for our standard systems or standard transmitters or IP. If they're ever wanting to choose their own icons, you can always send them these links, and this number to the right are how they reference that icon. And if they just jot those down and give them to you, we always know that 2 represents this icon, 1 represents the winch in, winch out, and we can build the icons accordingly. Last thing I want to mention is the documentation page. This one's under support, documentation. This one has a search bar, so if you ever need documentation on a 92156, it's going to pull up the transmitter and then the other 2 things that come with it. The other 2 systems that 92156 references, this is the air, this is the electric actuating system. But this button is going to take you to that pre-built system the way you built it in the Build Your Lodar tool. It's going to show you everything you need. It's a product page. And then it's also going to pull up specification sheets and coding instructions. We'll go to a different one. So our most standard system, 92102. Specification sheet is just going to show the system and then all the specifications on the product. IP rating, battery type, if it comes with antennas, the configuration that it's at, anything and everything for this product. The other thing that it shows is instructions. So this is the wiring instructions. So right here you'll see, the green is output function 1, yellow is output function 2. So if they're trying to wire this up and they lost this, because this should come with the product, you can resend this to them. Just download it or take the link and shoot it to them. And then the last thing is coding instructions. It'll show you on that specific unit how to resync the transmitter or sync a new replacement transmitter to the system. Other than that, those are the 4 main pages I think that will be useful on Lodar.com for selling and servicing Lodar systems. You can always play around with it. There's a few other quick buttons that take you to the same exact pages. There's the Build Your Lodar. You can see the button images right here. But it's a very good tool. I always recommend using Lodar.com for any content or literature that you need.